So if you look up, okay, when was correlation at its lowest? When I talk about people being overly bearish, or excuse me, overly bullish, about 10 days ago, right? This is when core 1M is breaking this kind of risk off level that we monitor. So people were very bulled up. Why does that matter? Well, if you're extremely bulled up in the equity space, you can talk about the dispersion or correlation trades sort of breaking vols or stretching vols too far in and of themselves. But let's just talk about the single stock side. If everyone is already super bulled up on the call side, you can have a situation where you get one final like GameStop like squeeze, but generally speaking, you're buying calls when they're very high at high prices. That normally just doesn't really work out, right? Especially when that correlation metric is so low. It's basically telling you that it's a very crowded trade, right? And when that unwinds or reset, we could have some violent things. So what happened when equity market went down to 6,800 and we saw all of a sudden everyone shifted now to more put skew, right? What does that mean? All those calls got sold off and some put buying happened, and now all of the names shifted to the left of this chart. This is as of Wednesday night, last night, right? So now what we're seeing today, obviously, single stocks are getting bid up in real time. So we're going to now see everyone slosh back to the call side of this boat. So why does all of this matter? It all matters, and the skewness all matters because when we're trying to evaluate the market path, there is the setup is there, right? So people are starting to move into calls, let's say, or vol is extremely high and it could come down and help us lift the equity market. Or everyone's in puts, right? Puts have 100 percentile put skew, right? And we could bounce violently because of that. What you generally want to do, in the famous saying is in hockey, is you want to skate to where the puck is going, right? You don't sort of go, the puck's over there, let me go get it, right? Because someone's going to come up and knock it on the other side of the rink and you're going to be behind it. So when you're looking at skews, it's the same thing. When you're seeing people are on one side of a trade only, the argument generally is going to be that the trade's already done. Now, nothing is guaranteed in this business. You could get from done to more done. So if you look at like SanDisk, for example, I flagged many times where this name had 100 percentile skew, meaning that calls were as rich as you can get. And guess what? The calls get richer because people are just piling into this trade even more, right? So this is an example of where in the 300 or 380s, you're like, okay, this is crazy, and it gets crazier. So that's an example. But generally speaking, when the calls are on this side of the equation, right, the move is over. Just like if puts are at 100 percentile and everyone's over here, all the way over here, like most extreme left side of the chart, you're probably not going to make money buying puts when puts are at extreme high prices, right? No guarantees, but generally speaking, you miss the trade.